time. You are officially an insinuator. Welcome to Incense and Common Sense, the live streams that we do here on Alert Zone TV. Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. I would love for you guys and girls to become active citizens. Y'all already know how to do that because YouTube been around long enough. Hope everybody night is going well. I give y'all a little time to get checked in. Definitely, I had a chance to get some filming done today. I'm gonna try and ramp up my filming on this channel and also on the other channel. Post it on Instagram and start trying to get it in and take this channel to the next level. But shout out to everybody, man. Worldwide movement. So give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here. We'll go ahead and do this live stream because we got to have this discussion. It's been a long time in coming, but yeah, sometimes you just got to stick to your guns and we'll talk about that. So make sure you hit the likes button when you come in here. Also, make sure when you come in here, if you're not subscribed to I Got My Foot in It, you need to go subscribe today. But don't just subscribe. Make sure you view the material. The reason I'm saying that is I'm trying to get that channel to 50 subs so I can start doing live streams. So I'll show you guys and girls. Y'all can see that I got my foot in it. That'll be the name of the channel. I'm trying to get it up to 50 so I can go ahead on and live stream on the other channel. That'll entice me to cook more. Like I said, I'm gonna be cooking. I'm gonna be doing some hunting and fishing on that other channel. So definitely the shout out to everybody. Twin Gen for the Echelon versus Glock challenge. Which, by the way, I'm gonna post another video. I wasn't gonna post it today, but I'm gonna go ahead and post it of something of why it's important to always go out and practice with your firearms. Guys and girls to see. I don't know if that's a short video or if it turned out to be a full-length video. I have to look and see because I did delete it. As a matter of fact, while I'm giving everybody a chance to get up in here, let me see something. See if I can recover that video. I don't remember if I deleted it or not. I'm waiting on you guys and girls to pile up in here. Okay. I restored it. I'll double check, make sure that it got sent back up in here. Yeah, it's back in here. Alright, give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here. We'll get into the meat and potatoes at the 5-minute mark like we do. Shout out to Killmonger, by the way. He been tapping in with me. But yeah, shout out to everybody that took part in the Echelon or is going to take part in the Echelon versus Glock challenge. What's going on, Pause and Play? I appreciate you for jumping in. If you're going to jump into that, appreciate it. Like I said, it's a fun little challenge. Yeah, we're going to have a discussion tonight. I'm going to try not to keep you guys and girls too long. But we're going to have this discussion because this is everything that I've been talking about. Yeah, man, Pause and Play. I saw that video that little skirmish with Sissy Novi in there, man. I got to come back home and straighten New Orleans out, man. They starting to post too much of junk down there on Instagram, man. It's making it look like that's just the worst place on earth, and it's not. posting all that garbage, man. I seen that shit. Oh yeah, before I get started, I want to shout out. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to come back home, man. But I wanted to say, man, shout out to everybody that participated in that boxing thing that they had Friday night, man. It was a good look for the city because it was something positive. And that's what we need. We got to have a balance. Just like on this channel. Sometimes you guys and girls see me shoot. Sometimes you hear me run my mouth. Sometimes it's about topics you may not really want to talk about because maybe it's uncomfortable. Then sometimes I just be a goofy dude and we have a good time. So you got to have balance. You can't always be extreme about everything. Make sure we got 4 people in here. Y'all all hit that like button. All right, let's get into it. So I named this ridiculous Red Rhetoric for a reason. So if you guys and girls been keeping up, we got Virginia, we got Illinois. Now we got another player. Oh, California. Now we got another player jumping in. Michigan. For those of you who are not aware, shout out to the president of the Gun Freak Nation and the first lady. For those of you who may not be aware, Michigan is trying to go about having the concealed carry permit in Michigan. They're trying to change the requirements or try and be constitutional carry. I was just looking at, which is strange. They're talking about it, infringement and what have you. Just all these other kind of things now. Which is ridiculous now because it was the red guys, the Republicans, that had a chance to stop all this crap before it even got started. And they didn't stop it. Yes, I'm tooting my horn, damn it. I don't care what nobody says. I'm tooting my damn horn. Because I may not have been the first one to do this in GunTube. I've been very consistent and very unsugarcoated. I've been very direct about my message. When I started High Alert TV, then the Alert Zone TV, I told you guys and girls how race, politics, and the Second Amendment is all intertwined. You can't talk about the Second Amendment without bringing the other two up. You just can't. I've had people push back online and offline. I've had people twist and turn in their chairs. I've had people put words in my mouth. I told you guys and girls, when I'm speaking my opinion, I'll say my opinion. If I'm speaking a fact, I can show you a fact. If you're new to this channel, go back to the beginning of this channel. I got over 1,000 videos. Go back to the beginning of this channel, man, and catch up. My message has been very, very consistent. I had people tell me I need to do something to go viral. And I told them the reason I'm not worried about my channel going viral is I want an organic audience. If I go viral because I got a AR-15 with a super safety in it, and I get 1 million views from that, then that's what people gonna want to see. They're not gonna want to tune in to see what the message is. They're gonna want to see that. But if I build my channel on a particular principle and I stand on it, people gonna come. Eventually, people gonna come. It took a long time. I've been through shadow bans and what have you, but I've kept my message consistent when it comes down to it. Ronald Reagan, the Republican God, as I like to call him, and the NRA, his little partners in crime, and I mean it like I said, his little partners in crime started this garbage back in the 60s. It had a racial component to it, the Mulford Act. Everybody knows it. There's only been one channel that I've seen in GunTube, and everybody knows who he is, that has came out and vehemently went against it, because that's his damn job. I've pointed that out. And 50-something, 60-something years later, there's a guy in California right now ringing the bell, and he's fighting in the Supreme Court to go after county after county after county after county to say the ban of open carry is unconstitutional. That's because Ronald Reagan started this shit in the 60s, a Republican, in upstate California, which is red. Since you guys, that's the Republican God. And I just have to be very honest tonight. I know I might ruffle some feathers. Look, it's all good, man. We having an honest discussion because I'm going somewhere with this. You go to the state of Illinois. Give me my props. I'm tooting my own horn. I just saw one of them AI generated videos talking about Chicago and the Chicago gun control that nobody sees coming. Basically, it talks about how they've used Cook County in Illinois to go after guns. That's one of them AI generated things. Yeah, what's going on, Dr. T? Yeah. And the reason I'm bringing all this up is, what about Chicago? Is the reason in the last 10 or 15 years that the majority of these quote-unquote blue states, well, I won't even say blue states, these blue administrations have gone haywire. They've gone batshit. Well, we have to blame all of you in Illinois, all of you around the country that was talking of that what about Chicago crap and that blue cities crap and all that. You guys and girls, in my honest opinion, and I can even say with fact, you guys and girls are a big reason that this is going on. See, it don't feel so good now, huh? That fucking boomerang, excuse me, I might be kind of profane tonight. That fucking boomerang that y'all threw out there, that little negative, that little bigot boomerang you threw out there, and then came back and you couldn't catch it with your hand and whopped you upside your fucking head, and you don't like it now, do you? I want you guys and girls to understand something. Right is right and wrong is wrong. My community is the very first community in this country to call out something. For whatever you guys and girls think, we don't call our criminals. The first thing we say is they need to go to jail. They need to go do their time if they're guilty. Only if they're guilty. We don't want innocent people going to prison. That's just that. The state of Illinois, I'm going to repeat myself because I'm going to another state. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it tonight. The state of Illinois, when Cook County being attacked, the law-abiding citizen Cook County was being attacked for firearms, right then and there, the rest of the state should have been throwing a fit and saying to hell with that. Because if we let you guys and girls go after Cook County, you're not going to stop there. What happens is a lot of the sheriffs outside, and I can speak on this, I don't live in Illinois, but I've trucked and I've been around the state of Illinois a whole lot. And for those of you who don't know, once you get off out of that Chicago area, the rest of Illinois is like farm state. The rest of Illinois is like cornfields. Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, Illinois is like literal cornfields up here. You get out the city. It's nothing but cornfields, nothing else. They use Chicago. They use them old black preachers, them old Negroes. All right, Destro, appreciate you for checking in. Them old Negroes. And they use them little young black politicians to get out there. And the moms who've had kids and things become victims. They use them to bring them out there and say, yeah, we got to have tougher gun laws. Yeah, but it's not legal guns that's killing these people. It's illegal guns. It's the criminals, and they know that. But the politicians, as I say, Republican and Democrat, follow me, because we're going to get there. Republican and Democrat, they sit down and they watch. And let's be honest, if you've never been to America, this is a worldwide movement here. So people outside of America that's listening to me, if you've never been to America, America is a very, very segregated and separated country. We are segregated in this country. We live in a melting pot, but we don't all be in the pot together. I don't give a damn what you say. The city of Chicago, the one thing people don't talk about is how it's basically called the most segregated city in the damn country. It is up north of all places, since they like to talk that north and south garbage. Nevertheless, this country is segregated. It just is. That's what it is to it. The country, people in Idaho talking about what about Chicago? People in Utah, Oregon, a whole sundown state. For those of you who don't know the history of Oregon, Oregon was a sundown state. Forget a sundown town, that's a whole sundown state. All of them screaming about what about Chicago? And that led Illinois to the shit that is in. Now, another one just popped up. So I'm going to get to Virginia. Another one just popped up here a little while ago. Just came across my feed. I told you about Michigan. What they trying to get past in Michigan. Michigan has a Democrat majority to my understanding. It's a Republican that's introduced this bill to try and go after concealed carry permits and trying to loosen up some of the gun laws. Read the comment section that said, even if they're able to get this through both houses, the governor is not going to sign it. And they started with the whole little blue thing, blue and red and the libs and the Dems. Aha. To my people in Michigan, you know we have open discussions here. Wasn't it the Republicans running Michigan when the Flint water crisis happened? See, I haven't forgot about that. All those people getting poisoned in Flint through the damn drinking water. I haven't forgot about that. That brother brought that machine over there that turned air into water and y'all vandalized his fucking machine because he was giving people clean, free water. I haven't forgot about that. It was the Republicans running Michigan. The Republicans had a supermajority to the point that they voted to give the governor, with this emergency management garbage, basically autonomy to pollute the damn water supply up there. Under Obama, and nobody went to jail. Now, that's the Republicans and Democrats working in unison right there. Why did I bring this up? You see, Michigan had a chance to get a lot of things cemented where the next administration couldn't come and overturn it. But you see, in Michigan, you guys were so worried about people in Flint and Detroit. Now, if you've never been to Michigan, Michigan is another one of these states like Florida. You got Detroit, Lansing, Grand Rapids. That's all in South Michigan. Then you got Flint. It's kind of like almost north central, almost. And then you got upstate Michigan. That's nothing but Confederate flags up there. You think you was in Alabama. You get up there past Holland and all that. You go further north, past Muskogee and all that. You think you in damn Alabama up there. You go down through them damn country roads, you don't see nothing but old beat up houses, jacked up 4x4s and Confederate flags everywhere you can look. Now Michiganders are not so happy. You remember when the COVID protests broke out in Michigan and all the white folks stormed. What's going on, Killmonger? When all those people stormed the Capitol in Michigan and Lansing. That was a time to get anything through to seal the Second Amendment. The Republicans had a majority and they didn't do it because their focus wasn't the Second Amendment. Their focus was black folk. Let's just be what it is. I told you guys and girls, the Republicans don't back the Second Amendment like a lot of y'all think they do. The Republicans got that selective Second Amendment enforcement. The Republicans don't want to give full Second Amendment rights because they feel like if they give you everything that you ask for when it comes to the Second Amendment, Why else do you need to vote for them? Because you got what you needed from them. So they want to keep it like a carrot on the stick. The only difference when it comes to the Republican Democrats on the Second Amendment, the Republicans going to keep that carrot on the stick with the rope, but it's going to let your teeth taste that carrot. The Democrats only going to let you smell it. Hell, the Democrats going to have you chasing it for a smell. The Republicans going to let you taste it because you got to keep coming out and voting for them because they got to make you think, I'm getting close, we're getting close to what we want, but they never plan on doing it for you. The Second Amendment in this country. Remember, I showed you guys and girls the Virginia Republican. He went way back to the damn slave trade talking about gun restrictions. I thought that was supposed to be woke, and he's a Republican. I thought that was woke to talk about that kind of stuff. These guys and girls have talked that stupid, silly shit for so long. Now all of them starting to suffer. I had something come across my feed earlier about Virginia and almost 2,000 people showing up to almost like a town hall. This was 6 years ago. I looked at the crowd and it told me a lot. But they was out there screaming about making their cities sanctuary cities. Or their counties sanctuary counties. That's not what they should have been there fighting for. They should have been fighting there that we don't want the Second Amendment fooled with at all. But that's that underlying prejudice that has hurt the Second Amendment. You guys and girls can say what you want about this discussion I'm having with y'all. Some of y'all may not agree with what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, the number one reason we haven't gotten full traction on the Second Amendment is because of too many people involved, they damn bigotry. They cannot put their bigotry aside for a common goal. We don't have to like each other. What's going on? We don't have to like each other to do business. It's kind of like going in a store where people you know don't want you in there. They don't like you, but they want you to hurry up and buy. They ain't telling you, no, we're not going to sell to you. Hurry up and buy. Okay, look, we can hold our nose long enough to go in there and vote and make sure we get the Second Amendment on the ballot where the politicians can't touch it. The problem is everybody don't feel like that. We're not on one accord when it comes to the Second Amendment. There's these gun organizations that pick and choose when they're going to come out. They pick and choose who they for and who they're against. I told you, when the whole Alex Preddy thing happened, it was Republicans jumping out there talking about why did he bring a gun to a protest. But they didn't say that about Kyle Rittenhouse because he was protesting. Alex Preddy was protesting ICE. Kyle Rittenhouse went out there to shoot black folk. So they was in favor of Kyle Rittenhouse being armed because he was supposed to be one of them irregular forces or one of their undeputized damn soldiers out there. Now look at the mess Virginia's in. Look at the mess Illinois is in. Look at the mess look at the mess the country is in. And everybody don't understand something. For years and years and years, they've been telling you about what's unconstitutional. Yet the state of Illinois is still enforcing the FOIA cards. That's unconstitutional. Why haven't the people in Chicago, Cook County, that's been arrested behind these firearms, why hasn't downstate Illinois been out there screaming and shouting? All them sheriffs who said they wasn't going to enforce the assault weapons ban and all that, how come you guys didn't go up to Cook County and say, hey man, you guys are being nefarious up here and we're not going to let it go unchecked? Them guys didn't say nothing because that's Cook County. They don't care. At the end of the day, when it comes to the Second Amendment, we got to be on one accord. It done got to the point now where these AI generated and some of these politicians are starting to regurgitate what they hear on GunTube now. Because we've said out loud, now I'm going to say me in particular, have said out loud what they know they talk about behind closed doors. They just can't come out and say it publicly because they don't want to offend nobody. The Second Amendment is supposed to be damn absolute. For all of y'all who say shall not be infringed, the Supreme Court with a 6-3 majority just showed you that the state of Maryland can keep an assault weapon ban going, even though it's unconstitutional. So I don't want to hear that crap about shall not be infringed. They infringing on it all day long. I've said this, and I'm going to continue to say this. The model in Iowa is the model I think the rest of the country should follow. Even if you in a place that's blood red. And I'm going to tell you why. Up here, they understood something. One day, Iowa, when I moved here, had a Republican governor. But the state was considered still blue. Iowa didn't start changing until Donald Trump. It was purple in Obama's second campaign. It was purple. When Donald Trump ran in 2015, it became blood red. And it's been blood red since. And even having blood red up here, the politicians understood enough that we better put the Second Amendment on the ballot. And let's get it to where a politician can't come behind us and undo everything. This is what you guys and girls going to have to do in your states, man. It's sad to see what's going on in Virginia. It's sad to see what's going on in Illinois. It's sad to see what's going on around the country when it comes to the Second Amendment. Here's the problem. This could have been avoided. This could have been avoided a long time ago. When that bastard in California, Ronald Reagan, and the NRA, his little crime partners, decided that they were going to get together and go after that little loophole because the Black Panthers showed up at the state capitol with them damn guns out there in public. When they decided that's what they was going to do, they ruined everything. And it took a long time to get the ball rolling. But the Democrats was watching. Oh, okay, so it was the Republican God did this. And none of the Republicans, the NRA, and all these people who claim they love guns so much didn't say shit because it was the Black Panthers. Okay, well, we know what to use now. Now look at it. 60 years later, you got a man out there fighting a damn, having to go to the state Supreme Court and to the United States Supreme Court to fight this county by county now because they don't want to budge. It's too late. Yeah, it's too late, man. They had the opportunity. Let me tell you something. We're gonna have a discussion. Let me drop a gem on y'all. The Republicans and Democrats work hand in hand. The Republicans let the Democrats pass some of the most strenuous laws in the country. And then when the Republicans get in office, all they do is enforce it. When it comes to the Second Amendment, the Republicans let the Democrats get away with a lot. Now we in the problem that we in. Because the Democrats understand something, why the Republicans are willing to bend on the Second Amendment. If you only throw a couple words in there, you can get them to bend. You throw a couple words. Now, Michigan. There's a lot of people in Michigan that's not happy. They're not happy about the gun control. Yeah, they're not happy about the gun control. The problem is they had the opportunity to get it into law. That's why I've been screaming. That's why I won't change the message on this channel about everybody getting on your state ballot the Second Amendment voted into your state constitution. That way, the next governor or the next administration can't come in and go after that. That's one thing we don't have to worry about here in Iowa. You guys and girls going to have to do that. Y'all going to have to put it on the ballot and leave it up to the people. Do the ballot initiatives. Because if you don't do those ballot initiatives, it's going to be hard. It'll always be, okay, we'll leave this. We know when we get out of office, it's going to get overturned. And then when the next administration overturned it, we can scream and say, see, this is why you got to vote us back in. Like I said, there's a lot of, it was the Republicans automatically. Cash Patel fucked up when he opened his mouth. After the Alex Preddy shooting, when he said he didn't have no business bringing no gun to a protest. And then when he said publicly, any Americans bringing guns to protest going to be arrested, he stuck his foot in his mouth. And Donald Trump kind of went off the cliff behind him. And then they try to walk that back. No, it's too late now. No, it's too late now. Because it's on record. It's on record now. So we got Michigan now in a heap hole of trouble. We got people in Virginia, man. I don't want to just keep pointing out Virginia, but right now the focus has shifted to them. Man, there's a lot of people in Virginia with a lot of regret. Problem is, it's too late. You guys and girls let this shit get started. You let your bigotry and you let your foolishness get in the way. I've openly said on this channel, and I'll continue to openly say on this channel, everybody don't agree with everything they hear here. We don't all have to agree. Hell, there's people that feel like I shouldn't be alive because I'm black. They have their opinion. They were entitled to their feelings. Guess what? I don't care about them being legally armed. Long as I'm legally armed and I can protect myself, you can call me whatever you want, but I'm going to defend myself. And that's the way that this is supposed to be. This is what we're supposed to be having right now. We're not supposed to be having these discussions. Think about this. I want you to think about how bold Democratic lawmakers are. They feel bold enough. Think about this. They feel bold enough to write the most restrictive gun laws they can. And the Supreme Court got a 6-3 supermajority. And they feel bold enough to even write this stuff and get it passed. You know why? Maryland showed them something. California still has been showing them something. New York has been showing them something. Hell, Massachusetts, New Mexico have shown them something. They've shown them that we can have a blood red Supreme Court and still get through what we want to get through. All we got to do is use the code words and they'll be okay with it. Because for those of you who don't know, Maryland's Supreme Court ban went to the Supreme Court. Their assault weapon ban went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld theirs. So that tells you everything you need to know. The Democrats, even if they all three of them voted against or voted for the assault weapon ban, all the Republicans supposed to vote against it, but they didn't. Now, did they? Told you guys and girls, man, the Second Amendment is a wedge issue. All it is a political football. It's like abortion. Abortion is a wedge issue. Abortion is the reason Democrats get people to come to the polls and vote for them. Well, the Second Amendment is the same thing. It's how Republicans get people to come vote for them. They don't, like I said, they ain't never going to give you full Second Amendment citizenship as it's written in the Constitution. They're going to give you just enough to keep you coming back voting for them. That's it. So I just thought that I would have this discussion with everybody and let everybody know, whether you like me or not, whether you agree with what I said or not, I just dropped facts. I just dropped a bunch of facts. And now the politicians, and now you're starting to have these, like I said, a AI generated video damn near, almost repeating what I said word for word, and how Illinois got his assault weapons ban through. Michigan got theirs through Detroit. All you had to do was mention Detroit. We know what Detroit means. Like I said, hate has ruined the Second Amendment. Bigotry has ruined the Second Amendment. Whether you guys and girls like it or not, I know you may have not heard it like that, and I know you may not want to hear it like that. But I've proved it. There's constant proof. All these laws start off because of hate. And the people who they don't affect initially should be the main ones screaming and hollering about the hell with that. No, you don't. But they don't say nothing because they don't think it's ever going to get to them. You let cancer sit right here. These 4 squares is one organism, and you let cancer sit here. You know it's there, and you don't take it out. And you say, as long as it don't cross this, it can stay. Then it started easing, easing, easing. Then it gets across the line over here. Now these two complaining. But you didn't stop it when it started here. You didn't get rid of it here. And now it's starting to spread. It's inevitable that it's going to come here and it's going to come here and it's going to infect the whole organism. Same thing with the Second Amendment. You let restrictions start in one county, one block in the state. It's only a matter of time before it's going to spread. Might not be today. Might not be tomorrow. Might be 10, 20, 30 years. But it's going to spread because you allowed it to fester. These politicians know that. They use hate to go after the Second Amendment because the original gun restriction laws was written on hate. And a lot of people that cheerleaded for it just never thought it would come back and bite them in the butt. All you people in Virginia, Western Virginia, how does it feel? Because this didn't just drop out of the sky. Y'all wanted sanctuary counties. And you wanted sanctuary counties because the counties you was okay with them having these restrictions. And I can tell you that because I've been to Virginia. And as I told you guys and girls, I-95 on west and I-95 on east in Virginia is like two different places. When you leave Richmond on 64 and you start heading west towards Charlottesville, you get up in the mountains. You start going up and down like that. It's totally different than heading out to Virginia Beach and Newport News and all that. Going up to Alexandria and all that. It's like two different places. And the people out in Western and Central Virginia just thought that they was going to be covered. Yeah, that's them over there. Yeah, you leave all them restrictions in Alexandria. They need them over in Norfolk. They need them over there in Virginia Beach, down in Richmond. It was okay when it was over there, and then it came across I-95 and started heading west, and it hasn't stopped. Y'all having the fight that y'all had 6 years ago. The sad thing is, you guys and girls as a group still haven't learned how to put your hatred aside. There's still two separate marches on the Capitol for the Second Amendment rights. Everybody's supposed to be out there on one accord, and they're out there for two totally different reasons. Even the rally is fucking racialized. You guys and girls are welcome to go look it up. What's going on? Appreciate you for tuning in. You guys and girls are welcome. Make sure you hit the likes button as you come in here. You guys and girls are welcome to go and look it up. I showed you here what those rallies look like. Those rallies are damn segregated. But we're supposed to be there behind the Second Amendment. These folks sit here and they watch that. And they figure the way we can keep this Second Amendment hustle going is we'll keep using their skin color. Because that's what they divided on. Ain't got nothing to do with lib. Ain't got nothing to do with blue. Because it was the red that started. When Philando Castile happened, the red didn't jump up out of the window and say, hey, to hell with this. Nah, somebody going to prison behind this. They ain't say nothing. Down in Jacksonville, where my man got shot by the officer that had that legal firearm on him. It was supposed to be a bunch of outrage behind that. The red didn't say nothing. This happened in blood red Florida. Florida's one of them states where they picking and choosing when it comes to the Second Amendment. Ron the Stupid, with that empty head of his. Them two working brain cells of his up there. So I just wanted everybody to understand something, man. It's fun. I love talking to you guys and girls. I love having these kinds of chats about everything when it comes to the Second Amendment. But we have to be honest. Until we understand, we understand. Until amongst the Second Amendment community, we acknowledge this problem, we never going to be able to fix it. If we got a bunch of people in denial that this is a problem, we'll never fix that problem. That's something we got to do. Whatever issues, we got to put that crap aside for the greater good. And until these people see us unified on the Second Amendment, they'll keep using it as a wedge issue. Law enforcement will keep stopping people and say, well, I thought he had a gun. But having a gun is not a crime. Well, I don't know him, but he looks suspicious. I thought he had a gun. I want you guys and girls to understand something. Some of the things I talk about, I don't talk about them because I'm looking to start shit. I'm talking about them because they exist. I'm talking about them because I moved from a 80-something% black city to 80-something% white town, and to a point where we less than 1% of the population in the town I live in. In the state, we only 3% of this population in this state. I know what it's like to go in gun stores and gun ranges and damn near everybody stop and turn around and stare at me. I know what it's like for people to be at the gun range and stare at me like I'm a fucking unicorn. I'm telling you guys and you girls out there, this red, ridiculous rhetoric has caused a lot of confusion, a lot of people not happy now. Because now it finally came to them. I don't claim to be a righteous dude. Goodness knows I have my issues that I have to fix in my personal life. Goodness knows I don't make all the right decisions all the time. And I don't claim to be. But I'm right on this. I don't claim to be some righteous dude. I'm telling you, when you know that people are going after the Second Amendment for an unrighteous reason, and you don't say nothing, do not be angry when he turns around and he bites you on the hand. And Virginia ain't gonna be the last one. It's not gonna be the last one. Because New Mexico talking about making it even worse. I told you guys and girls already that they've already started working on the Rifle Act in Illinois. They're already trying to figure out how to go after the manufacturers now. That's the next step. We go after the manufacturers and make the manufacturers know anything go wrong, you're going to pay towards this. We're going to make it almost impossible for you to have business. I want you to think about something. We got people telling us we don't need 50-round mags. And here they got Secret Service agents walking around next to them with fully automatic effing PS90s. Fully automatic. While they telling us what we can't have. America. The Second Amendment community. Put your foolishness aside. These guys and girls are on a countrywide fucking jihad. Countrywide. They're trying to get this through. And they already know what the wedge issue is. It's uncomfortable because you're hearing it from me. And you just want to talk about guns. You don't want to hear about everything else. This is supposed to be a gun channel, but it is. It's the part of the guns that people don't want to talk about. That's why the problem don't go nowhere. We won't even sit down and admit that a damn problem exists. We all know what the problem is. Just want everybody to know. The politicians, other people around this country, they're watching what we say here. Because they starting to say things they ain't never said before. When you got Republicans openly coming out talking about the racial discrimination in firearms are Republican, are MAGA, coming out, giving the historical context about that, that's when you know things is bad. Because these the same group of people that tell us ain't no racism. And talking about American history is woke. See, woke ain't a good, bad thing when it can benefit you. To my people from Virginia, I'm going to keep my eyes and ears tuned to y'all. Hopefully everything turns out right. I'm going to say this. Let Virginia be a lesson. And Illinois. You can't keep fleeing. You can't move from Virginia to somewhere else because you don't like the gun laws. And then keep moving. Guys and girls going to have to figure out how to fund candidates that you put up in there. Because voting don't start on Stupid Tuesday. Voting start the day after a person win. That's when campaigning starts. You guys and girls going to have to get yourselves together and put people that believe in the Second Amendment in the game. Make sure they don't get compromised, and you don't ask them what's the agenda. You tell them what the agenda is. Be like APAC. This is the agenda. You going to do this or else. It's the only way we're going to fix this problem. As long as we refuse to admit that this problem exists and the way it exists, it's not going to go nowhere. And these guys and girls have gotten smart. If we can't go after the full state, we'll go after the most black populated area of the state because we know the rest of the state is going to be down for that. We know the rest of the state is going to be okay with us going after them. And we'll even lie to them up front and tell them, nah, we just want to regulate them in this particular county or parish where I'm from, Louisiana. And as soon as they say, yeah, well, as long as that ain't us, yeah, that's them over there, do whatever. Once they feel like they got them together, then they turn around and they come back after you. And you know what they're going to tell you? You didn't have no problem when I was doing it in so-and-so county over there. It wasn't a big deal when we was doing it 30 miles up the road. What you complaining for? I thought you said you like gun control. I thought you said, yeah, they need to be disarmed. It's not so funny now that they came knocking on your door. It's kind of like Mordecai Rumkowski. You guys and girls know I got a sweater about him. And the town of Louds. Y'all guys and girls can go look that up for yourselves. Mordecai Rumkowski. And how basically he was the last one on them them train cars to the chamber. I'm not going to hold you guys and girls up any longer. I appreciate you guys and girls for tuning in. Like I said, once again, the things I've been saying on this channel is starting to resonate. Because they true. I'm not sitting here race baiting. I'm not doing this because I'm looking for trouble. I'm telling you what the trend is, and I'm telling you guys and girls how they've been able to get this through. Get legally armed, everybody. Start getting with your local and state representatives. Donald Trump done stepped in a lot of shit. He neck deep in shit right now. He needs all the wins he can get. National reciprocity and national purchasing power. This is the time to run it down his throat, because he'll give us anything right now. Because of what's going on in the Middle East and the whole Epstein thing. So I say this in closing. Listen to what I say on this channel. We laugh, we giggle, we have fun. Listen to what I say on this channel. Put it into practice. Stop letting people tell you don't see what you actually see. Because at the end of the day, any of us in this country, even though on paper we have the rights for the Second Amendment, any of us can be like the state of Virginia. When I showed y'all that video of that brother from 9, 10, 11 years ago or probably longer now, it's 2026, that try to buy that gun, and that man wouldn't sell him that gun, talking about he looked like, so he's suspicious, even though he had already bought multiple guns from that place. The state of Virginia didn't go crazy about that. There was no protesting. There was no saying, hey, we're going to make him pay an economic price for this. There was nobody loudly saying it. And it can't be like that. The Second Amendment got to be an absolute litmus test. You're for it or you're against it. There ain't no in between. There ain't no buts. I'm for everybody being legally armed that's able to be legally armed. Period, point blank. If they don't like me, I don't like them. Look, we can fight that out another time, another way. With that being said, everybody, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're catching me on a replay, make sure you give the video a like, the live a like. I dropped a couple videos today. Also, make sure you subscribe to the other channel. I got my foot in it. I'm trying to get to about 51 or 52 subs on that channel so I can actually start live streaming when I cook. Because I think you guys and girls get to see the lighter side of me a lot more on the other channel, especially when I'm in the kitchen. Now, if I'm out fishing or something like that, that'd be different. But you see me in the kitchen, I'm going to be a whole more lighthearted than I am on this channel, man. It'll be somewhere where we can unwind, have some conversations, but I can go ahead on and cook and show y'all how to whip certain things up. So, with that being said, hit me in the comment section, let me know what you think. And until next time, stay safe, stay armed. Ridiculous Red Rhetoric put us in this position. Stay on high alert.